And also someone who has now worked for you for 8 years, been the face of the franchise, delivered a championship, all of those things.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ever going to make the guy feel like you want him?
Now, that's a very interesting statement coming from Klutch Sports client Dave McMenamin. Didn't the Lakers go ahead and draft his son, also making that trade for Russell Westbrook, which even left Jeannie Buss coming out of her personal pocket?
Is any of this born out of the fact of how he found out about the Luka trade?
I haven't been told that specifically.
Okay.
LeBron has on the record said that, of course, if that trade comes across your desk, you make it.
Right.
He understands it as close as he is with Anthony Davis and is to this day. No, I don't really think it's more about once the trade occurred, the way the Lakers went about their business.
Now, that right there could mean two different things. Either how they treated LeBron once they got Luka, or the fact that after they got Luka, the Lakers just basically coasted. Once again, the Buss family has sold the team, and ever since they landed their big fish, the roster moves kind of been a little bit stagnant. I'm not gonna lie. You already know Austin Reeves has an impending contract. He's not a fast wing player. You know your franchise guy needs help when it comes to that, especially defensively. So to enter into the following season with the same damn roster is crazy. I don't know how the hell Rob Pelinka pulled that off without the media saying nothing. We talking about Luka's in his prime right now. He's in his prime. And the way he struggles with his weight sometimes is not even guaranteed he's going to be in the proper position to maintain that shape.
Can they know which are the accolades that matter and which don't? I'm like, I don't know, maybe, but this one, the most wins in all time. That seems to be like one that you might want to underline.
And it's and you get it against the Cavs
and against the Cavs.
What happens now? Like what's the orders of business here for Rob Pelinka and the Lakers, since you say that whatever did happen on that night is something that can be bridged for LeBron to still play here? What's
number one is the Lakers are going to give LeBron the time that he needs to decompress from the season.
And that's heard where Rob said that yesterday.
Right. And determine whether he wants to play or not.
Yes.
My inclination, and also kind of the way he managed the other night, is that he will want to come back and play.
And that should come by no surprise. LeBron James and all his business ventures are out in LA. Matter of fact, his net worth has doubled ever since he started that venture out there with the Lakers. So it's been good business for Jeannie Buss, the new owners, as well as LeBron James. And the cherry on top is going to be that farewell tour with all the ticket sales, jerseys. That is a big cash cow waiting to happen. Don't be surprised if down the line we eventually see a lot of the behind the scenes similar to The Last Dance on Netflix.
I mean, the tone that LeBron was giving after Game 4 against OKC was not, you just saw me play my last NBA basketball game.
I didn't get that sense either.
Yeah. So that part, okay, let's assume. Now, we can't assume because you got to allow him to have his process, but like our hunch would be that he's going to come back. And then you have to figure out, it's not necessarily just the number. The number matters. The number matters based on the value that he brings. It matters on a respect level. But also, as I reported, an agent tell me, and this is someone who has had clients on the Lakers in the last decade, does not represent LeBron James, but said, all right, you got to give LeBron James a number, and you got to give him a why behind the number.
Facts. And that right there, I believe the number could even be a minimum contract if Rob Pelinka constructs a team that can possibly go after a championship. I know it sounds crazy. You're probably thinking, what, LeBron's 41, about to be 42 soon? But just like in my previous segments, in regards to this situation, Rich Paul and Max Kellerman has alluded to multiple times that LeBron James feels that he's more impactful at this point of his career when it comes to winning than Luka is. At the very end of this segment, we're going to hear McMenamin display those exact sentiments. But for those of you who are watching the visual version, as you can see, for 2027, the Lakers have about $117 million to spend this offseason before they hit the second apron. Keep in mind that excludes LeBron James' salary, Austin Reeves not opting out of his deal yet, which he probably will. And the Lakers still having to fill a bunch of players in between, a bunch of established guys. They don't really have young draft picks that are on the come up, that's been on the team for 2 or 3 seasons. A lot of the mistakes Rob Pelinka has done in the past, it's looking like it's going to force Austin Reeves, if he wants to stay, to take a pay cut. And on top of all that, Luka is going to be eligible to opt out of his deal a year early and qualify for that 10-year Supermax contract that can basically earn him well over $80 million a year. That's just Luka alone. I repeat, he could be making well over $80 million a year. So you see where the conundrum is for these brand new owners that spent well over $10 billion using Saudi money and private equity. They're going to want their return on investment, maybe not necessarily being aligned with building a championship team where you're paying well over $150 million a year just in luxury tax.
And if that number is under market value, then you got to say, we want you to take X because we plan to do Y with those extra dollars. And like, if for a guy who claims to be about winning and says that that is something that continues to fuel him, that should fall on a receptive ear. And I think you look back to the negotiations 2024, LeBron James took a pay cut. It was minor, but he did take a pay cut to help the Lakers get out of the second apron restrictions. And he would have taken a larger pay cut had the Lakers been able to convince someone like a James Harden, Jonas Valanciunas, or Klay Thompson at the time to take the money that he would have left on the table.
Hey, right there, David Middleman confirms it. LeBron James would have took a pay cut had Rob Pelinka actually present something that made sense, something of substance. And unfortunately, he did not. He struck out on all those facets. The Klay Thompson signing. Like I said, Norman Powell was out there for cheap. Pat Riley picked him up. There's always options. And if you really believe in Luka especially, you will maximize that prime window right now. But once again, there's new ownership, and you factor in Rob Pelinka is a genie bus hire, which is sometimes really that family and friends hookup. And he hasn't really proven that he's a solid GM to bring the Lakers to the promised land. He has not proven that at all. So
who's on the list of the player?
That's a great question. I don't know that yet. And I didn't know about, Jonas and James and Klay till much further along in the conversation. And again, these things were May 13th or something like that. These are conversations that probably should happen around the draft in late June.
Well, Austin Reeves is one of them, right?
Oh yeah, LeBron loves playing with Austin Reeves.
Right, and you could see that.
Yeah.
You could see that.
Yeah.
And obviously Luka's going to be there. And if I'm the Lakers, I want to see these 3 guys together.
Now, those are interesting statements about Austin Reeves because Rich Paul has alluded to multiple times in that whole podcast venture with Max Kellerman that Austin Reeves should have been traded elsewhere for additional pieces to put around Luka. Once again, I'll link that in the description below.
But how do you put this all together? And who's the one who decides? Is Genie still,
Genie's,
full thumb on the scale here? New management, because this is a lot of money we're talking about committing. A lot,
right?
And also, Genie knows better than anybody about what it means to have somebody of LeBron's stature retire, and the Lakers do the Lakers thing by rolling it out. Like, you want to talk about respect? I mean, they will roll it out for him if that's what LeBron wants, don't you think? I mean,
right. So we're not totally sure whether. I had a couple people close to LeBron suggest to me this year that, I know other guys have done the retirement tour. That might not be what LeBron wants. Now,
really,
I'll believe it when I see it, quite frankly. But the people who told me it would have the authority to know that came right from LeBron's mouth.
Now, right there, LeBron James saying that he might not want a farewell tour. That's really money out of the Lakers' mouths. A situation like that, I wouldn't be shocked if he feels slighted and he'll take his farewell tour with another franchise. And that's a huge revenue generator right there. So it could be one of the many pieces that LeBron James is trying to leverage in order to get a new deal with the Lakers.
Now, I had Kobe Bryant tell me that straight from the horse's mouth.
Right.
In 2013, I did the first interview with him after the torn Achilles.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him about, you look at the end, he said, I don't want a retirement tour. And then lo and behold, in 2016, he had one. So
Sit downs like these are very interesting because even though Dave McMenamin is being quote unquote interviewed, he's really speaking to the management of the Lakers as well as Rob Pelinka. But jumping forward right here, you're going to see a prime example of it as he begins to tie Magic Johnson in with his peers, guys like Brian Scott, who are making comments about being happy that LeBron James is leaving the franchise.
it's not an absurd thought. And obviously, he's very much involved with the Dodgers.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of anything of that like that happening since Mark Walter took over. But, you know, I don't know.
If he's in the organization,
Yeah.
why wouldn't he be the one to start walking around and just delivering a message for
Right.
the organization, someone else in the organization?
One of
I'm
his
just
show,
throwing-
one of his Showtime teammates is going on done a couple of radio interviews, Brian Scott, saying Lakers need to get rid of LeBron.
Okay.
so,
All right.
so
I don't know, man.
You see right there how Dave McMenamin attached Magic Johnson's to Brian Scott's comments. I don't know. It's like a little slight insecurity because a lot of Laker legends, they have stayed fairly quiet about LeBron James being in the building in that Laker castle. A few of them slipped up too on their true feelings. James Worthy, Brian Scott, and even Michael Cooper. So right here, Dave McMenamin, he puts his balls on the table and say, hey, Magic Johnson, you staying a little bit too quiet. Are you co-signing with your Showtime brothers? But jumping forward, Dave McMenamin continues to stand 10 toes down and lets it be known that LeBron James is not only the Lakers' best playoff player this season, but also even while he was playing with Luka last year. Again, he's not the only Klutch Sports affiliate that has expressed these sentiments. Rich Paul has done it plenty of times also.
and he does
really
organize every part of his life to be able to give his best April 15th through however long it goes.
Right.
I mean, he is a different player in the playoffs in the best way possible. And he was the best player for the Lakers these playoffs. He was the best player for the Lakers last playoffs when Luka was playing as well, if you watch those games.
The drama has begun.
For sure. Even the host feels that energy. He was the best player even when he was playing with Luka. My man McMenamin working overtime for Klutch right now. Everyone's diehard Laker fans and understand that no one's bigger than the program. So on this very same set, there's an additional co-host, and he kind of called out Dave McMenamin as he feels strongly that the Lakers organization are better off moving forward without LeBron. He does not see a vision where the Lakers could compete current day with LeBron James on the roster. And Dave McMenamin right here lets the true feelings around him as well as Klutch Sports, because when he's speaking, he's out there to express their narratives. But he goes 10 toes down about Luka not being more effective versus LeBron in the playoffs.
LeBron is not the future of the Lakers.
I get it, but
He can't be the president? Is he done? Is he out of the league?
This whole LeBron thing just reminds me of Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers. He's just holding them back from growing and going to the next level.
Holding them back from what? Like, they would have been out in the first round. So he's holding them back from beating the Rockets?
No, their season ended when Luka got injured.
But it didn't.
It did. They were not, once Luka got hurt, they were not winning the championship.
Well, but with Luka, they lost by 40 to the Thunder.
Damn. Why did he have to throw that out there? That was a regular season game when obviously the co-host is talking about the championship level. Once again, in my previous segments, we've seen Rich Paul allude to multiple times that LeBron James, even at the age of 41, is more impactful as far as the Lakers winning than Luka Dončić.
They lost all the games they played against them in the regular season. So Luka's the magical cure to beat the Thunder?
Again,
They certainly weren't beating him without him.
the
At
analogy,
least Luka gives you a chance.
the analogy that I think is,
But Luka and no LeBron, all of a sudden you're beating the Thunder?
There's a guy in Milwaukee who's very unhappy.
I don't think he's coming to the Lakers.
They don't have enough to give it to him. They don't have enough on their current roster to give for him, right?
Well, it would have to be a Austin Reeves sign and trade
right.
to get the numbers right.
Now, did you fellas get that? Right away, in his mind, it was Austin Reeves that was going to be traded in order to get another star to come to the Lakers, not LeBron leaving the team. Those are the true feelings of the Klutch Sports camp about Austin Reeves still being on this Lakers team. They thought Rob Pelinka would trade him away and get a couple wing players to surround Luka, some guys that are athletic who could defend and shoot. I'm going to replay that one more time. Look how quickly McMenamin goes to, oh yeah, Austin Reeves could get the fuck off the team.
I don't think he's coming to the Lakers.
They don't have enough to give it to him. They don't have enough on their current roster to give for him, right?
Well, it would have to be a Austin Reeves sign and trade to get the numbers right. They'll have draft picks available to trade this summer.
Okay, so there is a path to Giannis.
There's a path. I don't think it's a likely path, but there is a path to it.
I like it. See the likeliness?
It wasn't a likely path for Luka to end up in LA, and it happened.
Well, who the hell knew about that one coming?
Luka and Giannis. That gets you more excited than LeBron James?
It does for him.
Really?
Because Luka's
he Luka and LeBron, you think is better than Luka and Giannis?
Luka, LeBron, Austin Reeves next year, yeah.
Oh, I like Luka and Giannis better.
Yo, that co-host is so shocked on some of the stuff Dave McMenamin is saying. And to some of us, it may sound crazy. Like, how the hell is LeBron James at age 41 believes that he has a better impact on the Lakers winning versus Luka in his prime? It sounds nuts, but they do believe this. Rich Paul and Max Kellerman have gone over this numerous times. It's just been very subtle, sprinkled throughout many episodes of their podcast. But we'll see. There is a lot of double speak within this sit down because Dave McMenamin also alludes that LeBron James might be willing to take a minimum contract if the Lakers have a championship roster. So Rob Pelinka definitely has a tall task ahead of him, but it's more unlikely because if you look at the past 5 to 6 years for the Lakers, he's made more mistakes than actually landing on something good. But we'll see how it plays out. This was a nice confirmation on the sentiments of not only LeBron feeling like he impacts winning on the Lakers more than Luka, but also they're willing to take a pay cut as long as Rob Pelinka presents a championship-worthy roster in front of them, which he did not do last offseason.